Hi guys, and welcome to this new lecture. In this lecture we want to learn how to create burst elements just like this. It's quite cool, quite nice, and you can use them as fireworks, or you can use them in your composition, or to create some or to give more style or animation or dynamism to your text and your shape layers. Fine, let's start our animation here. Let's stop this one. We go to composition, we create a new composition. Let's call it comp 4 or 3, it doesn't really matter. In the project you will have this composition, so later on I will delete this one. Let's create our first rectangle. We come almost in the middle, press shift, and we have our rectangle. There is different ways to create that rectangle, but I will go with this way. So here we make it 0 and 0, so it's perfectly in the middle, and its own anchor point is also in the middle, you can see. Fine, let's animate this rectangle using the rectangle path. We will keyframe the size and the position. Come over here, let's remove its fill, and we make it no fill at all, and we have a stroke. That's cool. And the position here, we want it to go up over here. That's very fine. And the size, we wanted to end, for example, at 0, 0 size, or the same size, absolutely the same size, but we start at 0. This is the size. Let's go to the next keyframe and make the size, for example, 80, just to make it nice. So now our rectangle will come up and go. Cool. We need to remove it. Best way to remove it in this case is using the stroke, which is here. We keyframe the stroke at 10, and after 15 frames we make the stroke 0. Here we have a nice animation for a rectangle that comes in and out. Here you are. You can also adjust it here. Maybe you make it 25, so it comes big and disappears, so you can see it. Cool. Now we can add a repeater. Come to the shape layer. We can come to this add and add a repeater. Adding the repeater here, we have 3 copies of the repeater. We don't want. Let's make them 8 copies. That will be cool to start with. And in the transform repeater, let's forget about the position, put it to 0, go to rotation and say 360 over 8, because I don't know how much is 364 over 8. I think it's 45. Ooh, great guess. Let's run, and here you are. You have your first burst element. Cool. So now, having our first burst element, what we can do more. We control D and we create a new element. Let's move it in time like this. That's pretty good. And we come to content, we open the keyframes, and we notice we have a wrong keyframe here. We adjusted. That's the stroke, but it really doesn't matter. Now what shall we do here? We come from this instance. Let's play it solo. Come here. This is coming in. What I will do, I'll just remove the link, put this one at 2 and at 100, and come to the next one. So it's 2, 100. We are going to make it also 2 and 100. Now notice what's happening here. We didn't change anything in the size, just goes and comes out using the stroke. Of course, you can take all this and add an easy ease. The same you can do with the bottom layer. You can add an easy ease, F9. You can go and play with the graph as you wish, but I prefer not to play with the graph for this lesson because it will complicate things for you. Here you are, you have your 2 coming up and in, and you have your bursts. They are not exceptional, but they do the job. Let's create and duplicate a new layer. Duplicating the new layer, we press U, we have the position. What are we gonna do here? Now it's up to you, you can choose. Let's play it solo, it's the same as the other one. Now it's starting very thick. Let's go to the stroke. If I press UU, I can see my stroke here, which is pretty thick. Let's make it thinner. Let's make it only 8. And then you have the stroke coming in. And we are going to go to the repeater down there. Where is the repeater? Transform a repeater. The number of copies, let's make them 18. And instead of 45, we're going to make 360 over 18, because I don't know how much is this. Let's play the animation and see solo, of course. Wow, that's very nice. And here you are, you have 3 of them now. If you unsolo, 1, 2, 3, cool. Fine, let's take the last one. What shall we do with the last one? So we have 1, 2, 3, not bad. We duplicate for layer 4. We come here and we open the keyframes. Let's give it a fill. Give it that fill. Cool. Let's solo it. And we have absolutely nothing. We are going to press alternate and double click. So we have, let's say, 80. That's pretty nice. And over here also another 80. We remove this one and put 80. 80 will work fine. So now we have it coming in. It starts from 0, nothing. Okay, it's not starting from 0, nothing. It's starting from 80. I will link this one and put it at 0, and it goes big. Cool. What we want to do now is to take the position on this keyframe and make it come out of the screen. Now you have 4 of them coming very nicely, all not together. Here you are, 1, 2. Let's unsolo. Cool. So now you have so many of them. I will take all this layer. I will say Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and I have new 4 layers that will come in. Fine. I will take this 4 layer, move them here, and you have now a magical animation that comes in. Maybe it's sequence. So what we will do is to take this one here, move this one over here, and play with them the way you like, and things will happen, and it will be very beautiful the way you like to do it. You're free to do it the way you want. Here you are. We have done the animation for the repeaters in 5 minutes. We have done all this work. Of course, you can come and tweak it and make it much nicer than I have done. Actually, what I have worked alone was very nice, but since I'm explaining to you, it seems I forgot a few things. Now, I love this work, and we forgot to add the rectangle that I love mostly. No, it's all there. And here you are. The rectangle I love mostly is the empty rectangles that go very small. Cool. This is how to use the repeater. This is how to do bursts. And if you notice, in 6 minutes while explaining to you, I did all this. So when you take your time and do beautiful things, it will work for you. Fine, this is done. And I will see you in the next lecture with more shapes and more work on shapes, so you can become an expert in shapes. See you then.